We're going to start practicing. We're doing the actual form, and I'm going to be doing it with you, a movement at a time in detail. And I will also show you some application of the movement, sometimes just so to put things in better perspective for you so that you get to see how the movement can be applied. And a lot of the time students find this helpful, so that help them to remember the movement and to understand the movement. Okay, so from the very beginning, when we start the form, right, you have your feet together, body, remember those guidelines that I talked about, right? Relax yourself, natural breathing, relax your shoulders, torso upright, centered, okay? And then slowly you lift your left foot like this, right? So that your weight is on your right foot. And step to your left so that your feet is about shoulder width with your toes pointing forward. Okay. Now, the beginning posture here is that you raise your arms, very gentle, slow here. You see the position of my hands here, right? When you raise your arms, you don't go very fast or too abrupt. It's as if you have someone pulling your wrist, right? And pulling your wrist, whereas everybody else is relaxed. Just the wrist being pulled up, right? So this way, your shoulders will be sunken, relaxed. Elbows also dropping, right? Fingers relaxed, right? So just intention here. Focus is more on the back of your wrist. Gently lift your arms to about shoulder height, right? Then you bend your knees and lower your hands so that you feel your whole body's energy sinking down, right? All the way down to your feet. You feel that you're rooted, right, in the ground. Okay, so hands down, bending knees at the same time. So hands down to about to a level about your abdomen, your lower abdomen. Okay. Or sometimes you can think of this as if you're pressing a piece of wood floating on water, right? You want to have this kind of feeling, pressing down. Okay, so that's the beginning movement. I repeat one more time. Okay, so from the very beginning, lift, gently lift left foot. Raise arms as if somebody's pulling your wrist up, right? Everywhere else relax. And bending knees, arms down to about the level of your abdomen. Okay? Then we slowly shift weight over to our right leg. At the same time, you open your right hand up. We get into the T stance that I introduced earlier. T stance, right? Both knees bent. And here we're holding a ball, right? So as if you're holding a ball, actually the hands, the position of the hands, palms facing each other, okay? Like this. And also hands, arms away from your body, right? Common mistake is this, that you have no space, right, between your limbs and your body, your torso. So there should be space. So you're not just holding a ball here with your hands, but this is as if you're holding a ball as well, okay? So that T stance, both knees bent, holding a ball, and elbows dropping, not like this, right? Dropping, relaxed. Okay, so I repeat that from here. Gently shift weight over to right leg. Open right hand. Right hand goes in circular direction here. Circular motions, right? Left hand, bring it underneath your left hand. Okay. Now the timing is most important, right? When you finish your hand, right, your foot should come in at the same time. So just to quickly show hand movements again. Hand, right hand, goes around in circular motion. Left hand comes down underneath right hand, holding a ball, elbows dropping. Okay, so we're here in T stance, holding a ball. The very first movement is called wild horse parts its mane. Okay, I'll demonstrate that first. What we do here is that from here we step into a bow stance, and both hands, right, come together and then separate. So you get into a bow stance. Right? Remember the bow stance, the key is that you don't get into one line, right? So I'll do it in footwork and hands. I'll do them separately. Okay? From here, holding a ball, I'll do hands first. What are we doing here? Right? Both hands, they kind of come together, crossed. Okay? And then from here, one hand pulls back, your right hand pulls back. Left hand, separate, extends forward or extend out. Right hand pulls back and place it beside your right hip. And left hand with your palm facing yourself, fingers pointing up. And this is about eye level, not too high or too low, right? And see here, rounded arms, elbow dropping, as if you're holding a ball here. So don't overextend, right? This hand here too, right hand, you place it beside your hip, right? Shouldn't be too close to your body, right? Away, again, as if you're holding a ball here, okay, this way. So that's the position of the arms and the hands, right? Shoulders down. Footwork from T stance. Remember I talked about how we transition from a T stance, right? Gently let your heel down, toe pointing forward, and you want to also kind of gently twist your back foot like this to get into the bow stance. Front leg bent, back leg straight. Okay. Now, what's difficult is actually putting them together. Timing is the most difficult here, right? When you hold a ball here, see, as you step out, your hands start to move too. As you're about to finish doing finish your stance, you settle your hands at the same time, your arms. Okay? Now, just to show you how this movement appears so gentle, but it is martial arts. So it does have martial applications. The movement can be applied. Okay, now I'm going to invite Master Chen Han-yang to join me, so he'll help me demonstrate the applications of the movement. And Master Chen Han-yang, he's a grand champion in Tai Chi and in Wushu, in many different styles in the world competition. Okay, so I'm very happy and very pleased to have him here to help me demonstrate application. Okay, so the first movement, wild horse parts its mane. Say if my opponent, right, Master Yang here, is to throw a punch. My right hand here, right, grab, control, and I step into his center, right? This, the movement here, separating hands, right here. By separating my hand, I move him, okay? So that's the movement. Separating hand, leg is to step into his center, okay? Thank you. So that's the first movement, wild horse parts its mane. I will demonstrate that one more time, okay? Here, step, separate hands. Okay, now this movement, we actually repeat it 3 times. This time we're doing it on the left side the very first time. Then we go to right side, right? Right side, that's when I talked about how we shift weight. From here, we shift weight and then twist in left palm and twist left foot to about a 45-degree angle. And then slowly shift weight up and holding a ball in T stance. Okay, so that's the transition movement before I get into the next step, bow stance. So here again, I break into hands and footwork, right? Hands from here, what are we doing? We twist our palm to face down, okay? And then bring right hand forward, and right hand goes underneath left hand, and you're holding a ball right in front of your body. And very common, we see people do this. As soon as they bring their right hand up, they switch hands, so that the right hand goes on top and left hand stays at the bottom, right? So you wanted to make sure that doesn't happen, right? Your left hand stays on top, right hand just comes under and holding a ball. Okay, so that's hand. Now footwork, that's the transition that I talked about, how you shift weight, right? Shift weight back onto your back leg. And again, common mistake is that when you shift weight, you like to stick your buttock out like this, okay? This way, you're actually, I call it cheating, because it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier because your waist and your hip, right, has taken away a lot of the weight. So your leg feels more comfortable. You're not as, you don't feel as tired, right? Whereas if you wanted to tuck in your buttock, right, body still stays upright. And when you shift weight, all of the weight is sunken down into your right leg. You should actually feel very tired with this leg, okay, when you shift weight, right? So that's the shifting weight. And then you twist your front foot and knee lines up with your toe, right? Remember, that's very important. And then keep your body upright, right? This vitality of spirit leads up. And slowly, 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 you wanted to move, shift weight up. You see, all of the weight is on one leg, right, on my left leg. And bring your right foot up gently and place it beside your left foot, T stance, and holding a ball. So that's the transition movement, right? So see from here, you shift weight. As you shift weight, you twist your left hand. This is putting everything together, hand and leg together. As you bring your right foot up, you bring your right hand underneath left hand in a T stance holding ball. Okay, from here, we get into right bow stance, and still the wild horse part is the same movement. So this side we're doing the same thing. Footwork wise is the same, right? You get into your bow stance. Hand, this time also the same. Just come kind of across and then separate. This time with your right hand extending forward, left hand pulling back, right? So right hand extended, left hand still by your hip. So exactly the same movement. Okay, we do it on right side. And then again, we repeat one more time. Shift weight, twist your right palm facing down, and twist your right foot. And you see, watch here, shifting weight, knee lines up with your toe, right? Slowly shift weight up and bring your left hand underneath right hand in a T stance. Okay, and then we repeat one more time. So you get into a left bow stance again, separate hands. Okay, so it's all the same movement. Key points would be, right, bow stance, and then the shifting of weight, right, getting into T stance, right, that's for all the footwork, and then the other side. Every time when you step out, make sure it's your heel landing first, and then the ball of your foot, not your entire foot, okay? So that's footwork. Hands, we're going from holding a ball position, coming together, kind of crossed, separate, left side. And then, right, holding ball, and then go to right side. Right, then twist palm, holding ball, right, and then we go to left side 3 times. Okay, so that's the first movement. And now we move on to the second movement, which is white crane spreads its wings. White crane spreads its wings. I'll demonstrate once first. Slowly shift weight up, half a step forward with your back foot, then shift weight back onto your right foot. Right hand leads up, while left hand comes down to go beside your left hip. And you get into empty stance. You step up, right? Slowly shift weight, pull right foot up, and then shift weight back. Here, your right hand from under left hand, right? You raise up your right hand. So when you raise up your right hand here, your right hand should be pointing, your palm should be pointing to your right temple, okay, this way. And your elbow dropping, this whole part here is again as if you're holding a ball. Left hand, you come here across your body, the front of your body, and then to the side, to your left hip, with your palm facing down. Still space in between as if you're holding a ball. Okay, like that. So this is the ending posture. Like a crane spreading its wings. Okay, nice and soft. Okay, so that's the hand movement. Footwork, this is what we call an empty stance, right? So from both stance, your back foot, take half a step forward with your toe touching. Then you shift weight back onto your right leg. So now weight is all on your right leg. And then you gently lift your left foot and place it. Place the ball of your foot on the floor. So your front leg here is empty, meaning that you don't place much weight on this foot, right? All the weight is on the standing leg. This one is very soft, right? It's empty, no weight. And both knees should be bent. So your knee should also go kind of, go inward a little bit, not out like that. So that's an empty stance. Okay? So now I'm going to, before I go on, demonstrate the movement again, I also like to show you the application, right, of the movement. So if I have Master Yang right here attacking me, say with one hand, right? I wanted to actually get in and move, right? So that's the movement here. Right hand up, left hand down, and move. Okay, right? So that's the white crane spreads its wings. I'm going to demonstrate the movement one more time. From here, okay, you turn your left palm facing down, and then half a step up with your right foot. Bring right hand to the front, underneath left hand. As you shift weight back, you start to lift your right arm and gently lift your left toe, getting into the empty stance and with your arms open. Right? Right hand pointing to your right temple, left hand by your left hip. Okay, so that's the next movement. White crane spreads its wings. Then we go into brush knee and push hand. Brush knee, push hand, the third movement. Here, demonstrate once. Right hand down, and you bring left hand and left leg in. Bring right hand up, get into both stance. Left hand brush knee, right hand pushing forward. Okay, now this movement here from white crane spreads its wings. I will do hand movement first. So you watch just my hands first. What are we doing here? You bring your right hand to the front of your body and then you lower right hand. Then you kind of turn body by turning your waist. You bring left hand over, right? You turn your waist, body to your right side. And then you bring right hand up. So here you see left palm facing down, right palm facing up. From here, you bring your right hand back to about your ear level. Left hand then goes around your knee, right? Kind of in circular motion around your knee. At the same time, right hand pushes out, pushes forward. So that your left hand is again by your left hip and right hand is facing forward. Okay, so when you come around, it looks like this. Okay. Again, hand movements from white queen spreads its wings. Bring your right hand down. Okay. Left hand comes over, turn body to your right. Bring right hand up. And then right hand back, left hand brush around your knee, right hand pushing out, forward. Okay, don't overextend your arm. Okay, rounded, arm slightly rounded, don't lock it. Okay, now footwork from here, from empty stance, what are we doing? From empty stance, we kind of turn and bring your left foot in as if you're getting into a T stance. And then you step into bow stance. Right? So that's all we're doing, the T stance and the bow stance. Okay. The challenging part is always about putting them together. Okay, so from here, bring right hand down, turn body to your right. As you bring your left foot in, you bring your left hand in, and then right hand comes up. You step out, and you bring your right hand in, bend, and left hand brush around your left knee. At the same time, right hand pushing forward. Okay, so that brush knee and push hand. In terms of application, I'm not just brushing my knee. I'm also brushing my opponent's knee. Right? So if I were to demonstrate the application here, so if he throw a punch, what do? My left hand, remember, brush knee, right? So I wanted to actually get in, brush his knee, right? So this way. So brush knee and push, right? And move. So brush knee and push hand. Okay? So that's this movement here. This movement again is repeated 3 times. We do a left brush knee and then we do right brush knee. So the challenging part here is the transition, right? From left brush knee, the transition here, we shift weight back, twisting left foot, right? And shift weight up. As we bring right foot up, we bring right hand back, turn our body to our left side, bring your left hand up so your left palm is facing up, right palm is facing down. From here, you roll your arm in and step with your right foot, heel touching first, and then right hand brush knee, left hand pushing forward. Okay, so again, the transition from left brush knee push hand. Hands first, okay, I'll do hand movement first. Hands, you bring your right hand back, roll it in like this so that your palm is facing down. And then you turn your body to your left side, bring your left hand up, right, this way. So right hand facing down, left hand facing up. And then roll your left hand in while right hand goes in circular motion, left hand pushing forward. That's the hand. And footwork-wise, right, we are here from bow stance, shifting weight, twist left foot, and shift weight up into a T stance. From here, you get into a bow stance. All right? Now, when you shift weight, when you pull your back foot up, right, the key here is to maintain balance. You will find that with different places, depending on where you're practicing, right? It could be on the grass or on a wooden floor or whatever, a flat area or a more bumpy area. So you'll find it challenging to maintain balance depending on where you're practicing. Right, like say for example here, we're in the studio, the ground is quite sticky. So I can, it's quite challenging there. So whenever you find that the ground is not so easy to work with, that just means that it's even more challenging for you, that you need to pay more attention to weight shifting. Okay, so you wanted to actually very slowly, when that, especially we're, say for example, the studio floor here, right? When I shift weight, I have to be very, very slow, and you have to feel that your weight, right? Your entire body's weight is on one leg like this, very slow, and then slowly, right? You step out with the other leg. So you really have to work around, and I guess the worse condition of the floor, the better training for you, right? So here, again, from the brush knee pushing hand, right? You wanted to shift weight, twist left foot, and slowly, right? You pull your back foot up. So you're in this position, T stance. And then roll your left arm in, step out, and right hand, brush knee, left hand, pushing forward. And we do it one more time. Shift weight, twist right foot. Okay, and slowly you shift weight up. Bring your left arm in, right, in T stance. This time, left hand facing down, right hand facing up. And then you step out, roll your arm in, and push. Okay, so that completes the 3 times. So the key here is in the transition, right? How you can really control your balance. You have very, very solid footwork there. Okay, so from here, the last brush knee push hand, we get into plain lute. This next movement. You half a step forward, shift weight back onto your right leg, kind of open your arms, and then close. Close into a position as if you're playing lute, or we say playing guitar, as if you're playing guitar, right? The position of the hands here. Okay, now I'll do the hands first here. From brush knee pushing hand, what you do is that your right hand kind of pulls back, left hand goes forward, right? Here you have more of like an open kind of posture, and then 2 hands come together, close, right? Close. So your right hand is about just underneath your left elbow, right? With your fingers pointing up, left hand also fingers pointing up, right? That your hands, again, arms, should not be touching your body, okay? Away from your body, as if there is still a ball here. Okay? This is when 2 hands come in together. They're, opposite energies. Call it splitting, right? So this, you can actually break the arm of your opponent. So if I were to show playing lute, right? So it's about these 2 energies working in opposite direction, right? This, right? So again, so if you one hand, right, going to left side, other hand going to right side, opposite direction, right? So control his elbow. You can really break the arm of your opponent. Okay, so that's plain lute. I'm going to demonstrate one more time, right? Here, half a step forward, shift weight back, and then you kind of open your arms and close. Make sure here, this is also another type of empty stance, right? Your front leg is still, you don't place too much weight on there. But this time, you also, keep your knee bent, but with the heel touching instead of toe touching, okay? So that's plain lute.